The 2017 Ford GT from Majorette and Hot Wheels. Which one is better? Well, let's find out. Roll the intro. What up guys, Shifty here, back at it again with another video, and today we are gonna review the Hot Wheels 2017 Ford GT with the Majorette 2017 Ford GT. At first glance, they both look the same, but as you take a closer look, there are actually quite some things that are different. Before we get to that, let me give some shout out to the people who have commented on my previous video. Here are your best comments from the previous manufacturing comparison. I think you all have a mixed feelings between Majorette and Hot Wheels, so let's find out whether it will change for today's video. Firstly, let's talk about the pricing of the cars. The Hot Wheels mainline right here in Singapore is 4 Singapore dollars, while this one is also interestingly 4 Singapore dollars. I am aware that in the USA, Hot Wheels car costs $1 while the Majorette version costs $3 which is 3 times more expensive than a Hot Wheels car. But for today's case, both of them are the same price. Now that you know both of them cost the same, in terms of detail, are they in any way similar? Well, let's find out. Starting with the front, the only major difference is the Hot Wheels version has a printed headlight, while the one on the Majorette version has plastic headlights. If you're gonna ask me which one is better, I personally prefer plastic headlights. But in this case, interestingly, for the Majorette version, the plastic headlights don't really look that good. They're very thin, and you can see the black interior of the car, as if it makes the headlight look like a... Sorry, let me repeat this. It makes the headlight appear as if it's color black, and it doesn't look really realistic. Normally on the Majorette car, the plastic headlights are made quite well, but in this case, the plastic headlight don't really look that good. If you can see right here, it does look nice right now, as the light, my headlamps, is shining at the correct angle, and it looks like it has actual headlights. But if you take a close look at a different angle, you can see the black interior. It doesn't look as nice. So in terms of the front, I think Hot Wheels takes the cake. Alright, now for the sides of the car, here is where things get more interesting. Not only are the proportions of the Majorette car different, which I'll be talking about more later, but the wheels. Okay, let's talk about the wheels first. You can see both of them are black, and obviously they have the different type of wheels. This one has a 5-star spoke wheels, this has a 10-spoke wheels. But the main difference I want you guys to focus on is the Hot Wheels version has a larger rear wheel. Personally, I hate it when Hot Wheels does this. It's not realistic in real life. Both of the wheels are supposed to be the correct size, in which Majorette did. They made it more realistic with having both of the wheels become the same size. But that's not the only difference. The Majorette version also, let me focus on that. It has the side mirrors too. It's a small detail, but it's there and it looks pretty cool. The side mirrors actually popping out as if they're actually rear mirrors, so that's pretty cool. And also, if you take a look at this side right here, let me zoom in on that one. This inner vent, you could say, it's part of the blue metal body, while on the Hot Wheels version, it's part of the plastic interior. It's actually a separate piece. So you can see this blue is running across the door, and bam, suddenly it turns gray. So that's not how it's supposed to be. By right, the whole thing should be part of the metal body. So in terms of the side, it may appear that the Majorette version wins, as it's more realistic with the same sized wheels and mirror. But one thing that Majorette did really badly on this car is the proportion. If you take a look at the car, it's much shorter than the Hot Wheels version. Just look at this. I'm gonna put them side to side, and you can see that the Hot Wheels version is much longer than the Majorette version. Alright, maybe some of you are pointing out, Drifter, I have the Majorette version, and it's 1:63. Yes, so here's the base, it says 1:63, but that's the thing, it's supposed to be bigger than the Hot Wheels 1:64 version. So it's kind of weird that the Majorette looks a bit, it looks kind of short and flat. Ha! Short and fat like you, Drifter! Oh well guys, let's not entertain that guy. Where was I? Oh yeah, to the back parts of the car. So far, it looks like Majorette is doing a good job, but the rear part is where it compensates. So, on the Hot Wheels version, there are no rear light tempos, but yes, for the Majorette version, you can see it has rear light tempos, and the exhaust pipes are not on the Hot Wheels version. It's part of the blue metal body, but for the Majorette version, you can see it's a separate piece to represent the real exhaust pipe of the 2017 Ford GT. So that's definitely better, as it's more realistic. There is one last thing I like to point out though. It's a small detail for most people, but it takes a true collector, you could say, alright, maybe not, to actually appreciate this thing that Majorette did. So for the Hot Wheels version, for the spoiler, as you can see underneath, it's just a metal part right there. I can't stick this piece of paper right through it. But on the Majorette version, you can see there's actually a hole underneath the spoiler, and that's how it's supposed to be on the real 2017 Ford GT. They actually made a small hole to sort of emulate the aerodynamics of the 2017 Ford GT on the Majorette car. So that's a small thing, as I mentioned earlier, but that is pretty cool that there's spacing right there underneath the spoiler and the car. So, to summarize, here is the Hot Wheels version with printed front light tempos, an enlarged rear wheel, no side mirrors, and no rear light tempos, while this is the Majorette version with plastic headlights, side mirrors, more realistic rear wheels without it being enlarged, and rear light tempos. So guys, which one is better? Tell me in the comments below, and I'll give a shout out to the best comments in my next video. So there you have it guys for today's manufacturer comparison video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys missed out my previous video, click right there, or another random video on the bottom right. Or don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.